Does it work? Hey, it worked. Seems to work at least. Does my Twitch work? Yeah, everything works. What? That's the first. Certainly a first for everything. Okay, music today, cause yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can up you. Okay, so what is this program, you might ask? Maybe you might ask. Maybe you might know. Oh, that's gonna. This program is a CAD program, kind of. It's an art. It's for artists. It's a CAD program for artists. What am I doing today? Well, I don't really know anything about this, other than that it is a. Oh my, Jesus! Oh! Everything is fucked. Why? Oh, I don't wanna. Wait. Okay. Where's the settings? Where are the settings? Preferences. Oh. Oh. No. Blender. Yes. Yes. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Yo. Okay. 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 We. Oh. No. The origin is. Oh. Oh. I hate that. I dislike that. Okay. Rotation mode. Zoom to cursor. Rotate around cursor. No. Whew. That. Yes. Ooh. No, wait, no. Wait, no. Preferences. Zoom to cursor. No. Yes. Wow. We go. Squish. Oh. I can do squish. Why? Okay. One. Okay, we got the program now feels good to use. They got grab, they got scale. They got extrude, they got rotate. Yeah. Okay. E to extrude. Nice. Yeah. And then they have loop cut going the wrong way. No, G. When adjacent faces are planar, cylindrical or conical, and the moving edge is a line or a circle. I don't know what that means. What do you mean? Can I select a vertex? Show edges, show curves, show faces. Line. Huh. Oh, where are you attached to? Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay. So you are. Okay. If I delete the default cube, because... How do I... Oh, this is object mode? Can I... Okay. Oh, it's on the right side. Can I put you on the other side? Preferences. Appearance. Performance. Curve surf looks smoother. Pedal modeling would be a bit slower. Recommended for powerful computers and smaller to medium-sized scenes. Slightly smoother surfaces and edges. This setting is recommended for surfacing workflows only. In smaller documents and on high-end compute, expect a significant decrease. Oh, this is CPU. I don't know if... Wait. I'm in the occlusion. We recommend enabling in shader mode for machines with high-end GPUs. It's always... Okay. Backup. Nice. Server and bridge setting. Oh yeah, that's the that is the Blender thing, right? Yeah, I need to open up Blender. Oh, I don't have my chat popped out. Pop out chat. There, and then... Yeah, OBS can be there. Nice. Who's... Oh. Nice. Blender. Okay, if I Google Blender... No. Plasticity Blender Bridge. It's a built-in workflow that an add-on that connects plasticity, CAD-style NURBS modeling with Blender's render. Yeah, okay, I just kind of need it. Setup bridge. Ah, fuck it, I'm gonna do that and then just yeet you over here. Download the latest version of the add-on. Sure. Ooh. Did I do that already? Downloads. Yeah. Damn, that was quick. Just vanished. Now, how do I... Oh, yeah, that's probably just drag and drop, I'm guessing. Okay. Now, how do I... Oh, no, this is gonna be like... Oh, it's all the way down there. Can I not... connect? Maybe. Okay, I don't have any object. Can I... It is very similar to Blender. Nice. There we go. And then... Okay, you're not connected. Circle, center, curve, line. Spiral. Three-point box, center box. Bridge, curve. Ooh. Whoa. Okay. Now that whoa. Yeah. Cut? No. Oh, X. No. Okay, what do you do? Ooh, that's pretty cool. You following the edge. Okay, what does spiral do? Ooh, I see. You can be used for springs, maybe. How do I make thickness? No. Oh! Where did it go? Did I think I removed it. Okay. Oh. Whoa. Fill. No. Loft. No. What is happening? Okay. I'm gonna check Google. Introduction to plasticity. Oh, no. An hour. Oh. It's a material property that... Oh, no. Oh! Getting started with as an absolute beginner. It's an hour long.
Hey everyone, this is Matt with Learn Everything About Design, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a beginner's guide to plasticity.
Okay.
Now, we have several different beginner guides and quick start guides for plasticity. We recently released one that was focused on you. users that had CAD experience, either coming from things like Blender or 3D Studio or Maya, or CAD programs like Fusion or SolidWorks or Inventor.
Wait, I was not paying
That
attention. Hello?
One, that beginner guides and quick start guides for Plasticity. We recently released one that was focused on users that had CAD experience, either coming from things like Blender or 3D Studio or Maya,
Okay, the
or CAD
text is...
programs like Fusion or SolidWorks or Inventor. That video was intended for those that had some skill and knowledge around this and really just needed help understanding how the program worked. This video is for users that have either little to no skill in any other CAD program, or they're just getting started and they need a little bit more help understanding where things are in Plasticity and how it works. So on this channel, we already have a couple different playlists and lots of videos and things that you can try, from 3D printing to making different kinds of basic objects. And we have a course on our website, learneverythingaboutdesign.com, where we do this speaker housing that you see on the screen here. So if you are brand new, just getting started, you downloaded a trial of Plasticity, you want to figure out what it's all about, then this video should help you along. We're going to cover quite a bit, but to get started, first we're going to talk about what Plasticity is. So Plasticity is a direct modeling program. It lets you create complex solids and surface models for general design purposes. These can be things like 3D printing, they could be used for animation or rendering or visual effects. But I would say currently, if your goal is to design parts for manufacture, so if you're intended to CNC machine parts or design them for injection molding, I would personally say that this is not the right program for you. While it is possible to create those kinds of designs here, the process and the workflow and the ability to create things like parametric sketches that can be modified and edited downstream, those things are not existent inside of Plasticity. So if your end goal is to start to learn to design objects for injection molding or to design objects to be CNC machined, just know that there are other programs available, things like Fusion and SolidWorks, where you design parts and sketches and you put a lot of dimensions into those and then you build the features up from there. The workflow is still very similar, but there are just some things that are missing from Plasticity because that's really not what it's intended to be. So it's really meant to be somewhere in between those traditional parametric CAD programs and programs like Blender, 3D Studio, or Maya, where you're actually modeling with meshes and you're creating objects for things like video game assets or rendering animation, TV, movies, those kinds of things. So Plasticity takes the workflow of something like Blender and combines it with the geometry, solids, and surfaces that you would typically get in a prismatic and parametric CAD program. So it's kind of that in between. So again, if you're just getting started and you don't really know what program to choose, if you think about it, if you're just trying to design parts for 3D printing, then this program will probably work fine for you. If your intention is to create these sort of hard surface type models that are maybe a little bit difficult to do in other programs like Blender, then it's a good program for you. But if you're really interested in designing for manufacture, consumer type products, or products for CNC machining, then I would suggest going with another program, just personally. So now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about Plasticity in general and how to get you started. So Plasticity in general, when you first open it up, you're going to have a cube in the middle of the screen. Now I'm going to be using the speaker model for a little bit until we go to do some actual modeling on our own, just simply because it's got a few elements I want to point out. But basically, when you first get started, you want to go up to your user preferences at the P menu in the top left, and you want to take a look at your navigation settings. Now when you go to your navigation settings, you want to find something that you're comfortable with. I personally prefer Plasticity default, even though I do use Blender and I do use Fusion and I use other programs. I find that the way that the Plasticity default is set up is the best way for me. So
he's
you
wrong.
and take a look at this. Once you have looked at those settings, then spend some time playing around, understanding how you can move your objects around. So if you're using the default Plasticity setting, you're going to hold down the middle mouse button. Now, if you have a traditional style mouse, then you're going to push down the mouse wheel. If you have a CAD mouse where you've got 3 buttons, then you'll have an actual 3rd button. But for the most part, you'll push that down, and that will allow you to orbit your object. Once again, inside of the user preferences, there are settings. For example, rotate around cursor, and you've got zoom to cursor, zoom vertical, and so on. You want to just double check those. If it doesn't behave how you would expect it to behave, then just play around with that. And the reason for that is because where you put your cursor is going to have an impact. So for example, if I go down to the bottom right-hand corner and I start moving this up and down, you can kind of see that the object is rotating about pretty much an invisible line across the screen. If I do this in the upper left-hand corner, it's doing the same thing. You can kind of think of this as a swing on a rope or chain, and if I am up at the top of the screen, it's going to be swinging below that rope, and if I'm at the bottom of the screen, it's going to be kind of above it. And if you're right in the middle, then it'll just be about your cursor. So generally, when you're moving things around, you are probably going to have your cursor close to the center of the screen, so you may not even notice this, but if you end up being like way up here in the corner, then you're going to notice that it's swinging about wherever your cursor is. So once you're free rotating and you're comfortable with that, then holding down the right mouse button will let you pan. Now the right mouse button in Plasticity by default is also the confirmation button. So we can hit enter or return depending on your keyboard, or you can hold down the right mouse button and that will be the OK, confirm, or like finish off whatever you're doing.
Wait.
So we can hit enter or return depending on your keyboard, or you can hold down the right mouse button and that will be the OK, confirm, or like
Hold it down?
finish off whatever you're doing. The other thing that we need to do is we need to zoom in and out. Now, typically you do this with the mouse wheel by scrolling in and out. You can also do this by holding
Because in Blender, it's like right-click to cancel.
down control and then holding down the mouse button, and that will let you zoom in and out. So you can see I'm kind of moving the mouse around. Generally this is left to right. Up and down doesn't really do anything, but left and right will let you zoom in and out. And this is a little bit smoother than doing it with the mouse wheel, especially if you've got like a turbo scroll mouse wheel and the model just kind of goes crazy. You may find that you like to hold in control and then just kind of move the cursor left and right. This is going to be the first thing that you should be really comfortable with. You need to make sure that you're comfortable with moving the object around, rotating it, panning it, zooming. If you aren't, then the rest of Plasticity or really any CAD program is going to get real frustrating because the object's never going to be quite where you want it. we are going to do a full walkthrough of the UI, but before we ever do any of that, I think it is important that you at least just play with this with the cube and get yourself comfortable. Once you're comfortable with that, now we can move on and talk a little bit more about the UI. So with the UI, or user interface, there are a lot of different areas, and we need to get comfortable with a couple of key areas, and some of them are not going to be nearly as important, but we'll talk about all of them. So first, we've already looked at the P drop-down menu. This is where you do things like start a new file, open, import append if you want to add things like import another model or an image or something like that. That's where you'll do this. Quick save, export, save a scene, preferences, and so on. So all that's going to be in that sort of P drop-down menu. Just to the left of that, or to the right of that, I'm sorry, you'll have toggle sidebar. Now, if I do that, this sidebar over here, which is called the outliner, is going to go away. So if you happen to need just a little bit more room for modeling, especially if you're on a smaller screen, and you can toggle that in and out by using Control and B on the keyboard or just by clicking that option. The outliner is important, but it's not required that it's there all the time. So you can hide it and model just fine without it and then bring it back when you need it. So the outliner here on the left-hand side is going to contain basically all of the objects that are in your design. Now, when I say objects, it's kind of a general term, but things like construction planes, the solid bodies will be here, surface bodies or sheets as they're called in Plasticity will be in here, curves, so these are things like your lines, your arcs, your circles, even images will be in here. If you import mesh bodies, so if you have a mesh reference from maybe an STL download or a 3D scan, that information will be organized here as well. And by default, those are going to be in their own areas, so planes, solids, sheets, and so on, but you can actually create groups. So at the bottom left here, there's a create group option where you can organize these. So for example, I have a group for speaker curves, and I just put curves in there. We've got hardware, and this has got solid bodies in it. We've got a group here for the connection hardware, and I've got a group for the feet, which are the ones on the bottom. And while I've organized these based on certain things like hardware, they can contain solids and surfaces and curves and all those sorts of things in those groups. And what's really nice about this is you can hide and show an entire group at the same time. And you also have options to do things like change whether or not it can be selected on the screen. You can lock it. And it's just kind of a good way to organize your designs, especially once you start to get, let's just say, a dozen screws or bolts in a design. It can be kind of a pain if everything is listed here. You may find that you want to turn things on and off in a different manner, and you want to be able to do that in an entire group. So like selecting or turning on or off the entire group. So once we're in here, we can right click and we can select all, which will select everything in that group. We can also add the selection, the current selection to this group. So if we want to add more stuff to it, we can create a new subgroup, so a subfolder in there, and we can also expand and collapse it. Materials we're going to talk about a little bit later, so not as important in Plasticity, but for right now, just note that materials based on groups is also an option. All right, so everything on the left-hand side is your outliner, and now you're aware of the things that get put in there, the fact that we can create groups. As we're going to move around the UI, we'll talk about each area and kind of explain what it does, and then after we get done with the UI, we'll dive into actually modeling. So if you are already a little bit familiar with Plasticity and you want to jump ahead to the next chapter, then go ahead and do that. We're going to go through everything, where everything is and kind of what it does.
Oh, it's in
So in the top
chapters.
left of our screen,
Selection filters. Oh yeah, those view modes. That probably is nice. Overlays. View cube. Tools. Detail display. Construction planes. Commands. Contextual tools. Pan zoom. Creating geometry. Moving geometry. Offset. Most replayed. Most people want to know this one. Adjust geometry. Oh. Most replayed and also most replayed. Adjust geometry. Scale. Imprinting. Okay.
we have our selection filters. Now, selection filters are important for a few reasons. There are different types of objects that we can select. So, for example, a control point, an edge, a face, or an entire body. The body can be...
Wait, I was not paying...
Actually modeling. As we're going to move around the UI, we'll talk about each area and kind of explain what it does. And then after we get done with the UI, we'll dive into actually modeling. So if you are already a little bit familiar with Plasticity and you want to jump ahead to the next chapter, then go ahead and do that. We're going to go through everything, where everything is and kind of what it does. So in the top left of our screen, we have our selection filters. Now, selection filters are important for a few reasons. There are different types of objects that we can select. So for example, a control point, an edge, a face, or an entire body. The body can be a surface body or a solid body. But in this case, the reason this is important is because the default workflow, if we've got everything selected, is to first select a body. And then we can drill down from there by selecting, let's say, an edge and then applying a fillet or a chamfer to it. Or what we can do is we can select a body and then select a face, and then we can manipulate the face by pulling or pushing it. And these are the general workflows. Not a big deal if you're just getting started and you're working on a simple object, maybe just one single solid body. But as you start to work on multiple solid bodies and you want to get a little bit more detailed, what you're going to find is that changing the selection filter to the thing that you want to select. So for example, edges. This will let me just select the edges on multiple bodies without having to go through the process of pre-selecting the body. So that's why it's important to understand that the selection filter makes a big difference, especially as you get deeper into design and you've got multiple solid bodies or surface bodies that you're working on. In order to toggle back and forth between these, you can just simply click on them. You can hold down the shift key and then you can add to your selection. But more commonly, you want to get used to doing some shortcut keys. You don't have to remember every shortcut key, but the numbers at the top of your keyboard, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, will be the quickest way for you to go to, say, an edge selection by hitting 2, bring all back by hitting 5. Also note that you can hit the tab key to go back to all selection as long as you're not currently doing something. And what I mean by that is if you're, let's say, drawing a line, then hitting tab is going to jump to the dimension for the line rather than changing your selection filter. So I would just get comfortable with using 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 across the top of the keyboard, and that's going to help you quickly go back and forth between your selection filters. In most cases, you're likely going to jump between all and maybe the edge selection. There are times when we just want control point selections. For example, if we are working with complex curves that have a lot of internal control points, or if we're using some more advanced tools like raising the degree of a complex body, and we want to control it by pulling and pushing control points around, then you generally want to go to that control point option. In some cases, you may not even see the control points if that's not active. So that's the option in the top left corner. Again, that's going to be our selection filter. As we move to the top right corner, this is going to be our view modes. And there are a couple things that happen here. So the first one is going to toggle back and forth between perspective and ortho. Now,
that's where you do that. I was kind of being like, oh, wait. Oh, yeah, there. I was kind of like, orthographic. Okay. Yeah, perspective. Okay. Show overlays. Ooh. X-ray. Yo, it is Alt Z. Alt Z. Render. Whoa. Ooh, I like how you can see where it actually rotates around. That is quite nice, quite interesting. Now I can go. Oh yeah, that's why I couldn't change the FOV, because it was in orthographic. Why is it so crisp? Why? Ah! Oh, it's over. Oh, it's peaking. Oh, every now and then it peaks. Every now and then I peak, and I peak you now tonight, and I peak. Does it say what you are? Okay. We've got matte caps. Oh. Wait, no. You are slower now. Can I? Oh, nope. Preferences. Advanced. Where was it? Space mouse, not mouth. Performance. Fast. Whoa, 3D again. Yeah. Okay, that's a bit smoother. Yeah. I'm trying to learn a new program. I'm completely in the blue. I'm watching this little guide. Okay, a year ago.
Basically how we see objects.
The UI is a bit different. The right side stuff is now on the left. That's Blender. There. There. Setup. Oh, yeah, I can close down that. And then, yeah.
If you are looking at a really long object, let's say a train, the front of the train is going to look much bigger to you than the back of the train. These things that happen. So the first one is going to toggle back and forth between perspective and ortho.
Yeah.
Now, a perspective view is basically how we see objects. If you are looking at a really long object, let's say a train, the front of the train is going to look much bigger to you than the back of the train, simply based on the distance away from your eyes. And this is true with objects as well. Things that are relatively close to us and are small tend to not have very much perspective, but in reality, they all have some amount of perspective. Now, the reason you would want to go to a pure orthographic view is because when we're modeling things like curves and we're adding features, oftentimes we want to see those in an orthographic view because it's much easier for us to not deal with the distortion or the difference between the front and the back of an object. Now, even if you are on perspective view and we go to, let's say, a front view, a default front view, when we're on this default front view or any of these construction planes, then it's going to automatically be an orthographic view. It's not going to be perspective until we start to rotate it around. So again, we're looking at it from the front. That's going to be an orthographic view. As soon as I start to rotate it, it's going to hop back to a perspective view. So you can obviously see there's a big difference in how this looks. So as you're modeling, you'll likely get comfortable with one method or the other. Generally, I work with perspective on pretty much all the time, and I only look at those orthographic views when I'm going to do things like create curves or sketch geometry. So that's the first button here. That's perspective and ortho mode. Also note the shortcut key is numpad 5.
Yo!
So if you're working on a traditional keyboard or if you have a laptop that has a numpad on it, that numpad 5, assuming your numlock is on, is going to allow you to toggle back.
Same as Blender.
The next option that we have here is called our overlays. Now, the overlays are actually going to be our coordinate system. So as I rotate this around, this might be a little bit easier to see. If I toggle this off, the grid at the bottom and the X, Y, and Z axes, the red, green, and blue, are going to be our overlays.
I can change everything, right? Can I not? Oh no. Can I not change? Oh no. Can I not change the buttons? Oh no. Oh. No. Is there keybind? shortcuts. Keybinds. Can I literally not change the keybinds? Ooh, that's the shelf. Patch. Thicken. Yo! Oh, that's a bit laggy, but I guess that makes sense. Oh. Whoa. Okay.
In some cases, you may just want to turn that off if you don't need to see it. But in a lot of cases, when you're getting started on a design, you want it there as a reference. So you know where the center of the design is. You can snap to it, and you can use the X, Y, and Z axes. Also note that X, Y, and Z is not going to change even if we toggle that off. It's still going to be in the same location. So it doesn't change anything on a functional level. It just changes what you can see. The next option here is toggle X-ray mode. Now, X-ray mode allows us to see into objects and see all of the edges. So think about it as keeping our solid shading, but allowing us to see the detail inside of an object. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that we can easily select through objects. You may still need to be very careful about your selection process, but if you're doing things like adding fillets to a cube, you may want to have X-ray mode on so that way you can see and select edges behind the cube without having to rotate it around to all the different views. Once you get a little bit further in a design, it usually makes sense to turn this off so you don't see too much detail that isn't really needed for what you're doing. In some cases, it'll just be on by default and you may need to toggle it off manually. The next option here is called toggle render mode. So when we turn this on by left clicking, it's going to change the appearance of everything we're looking at. If I right click, you can see that we can change these materials. They're called map caps, and we can go to different materials, even things like draft analysis or zebra stripes to check our curvature, and we can go back to sort of
with draft analysis.
And we can go to different materials, even things like draft analysis or
draft analysis. What is that? CAD draft analysis. It's a 3D CAD evaluation tool used to verify that a molded, cast, or stamped part has enough taper draft angle on its vertical faces for it to be smoothly ejected from the mold. Ooh. Getting scratched or deformed. Yo! Okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't know what that thing was. I was like, what the fuck is that? But I see. It is... yeah. I don't know what the colors mean. Wait. Fillet. Oh, that is so cursed. Wait. That is... oh. Never mind. It's not that bad. How do I... okay, so... ooh! No, well, okay. That is interesting. Oh, I have to pull out? Oh, that feels counterintuitive. And then I have to right-click to... okay, wait, hold on. Preferences. May I... okay, no. Can I do it to not do that? Because I don't want to... Advanced? Leaving the following settings at their default. Load last active session on startup. Disabling this increases the chance of data loss if the application crashes or if you forget to save. Can I Google changing keybinds in Plasticity? Oh, navigate to C user, open and edit keymap Johnson file, save and restart. You should be able to... yeah, changing key is quick and can be done entirely within the app through the search menu or by manually editing the program's configuration files for more advanced. Ooh, I can assign shortcuts. Nice. Okay. Boolean. Oh, it's Q. Okay. Alternative duplicate. Center box. Shift C. Create outline. Now what did that do? Move. Can I? No. Okay. Oh yeah, that's why it's like funky. Oh. Okay, that's kind of goofy. Okay, if I do that, Control B and then Control Shift B. Okay. G2 conic. Ooh, can I tension? Apex. Wait, okay. Okay. Oh, I can't. Or. Oh! Dolly zooming is inverted. Navigation. Invert zoom direction. Invert real. Invert zoom direction. Yeah. What was it before? Oh! Yeah, that okay, that feels much better. Okay. Can I? Ooh, I can. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Hello? Oh, jeez. Oh, it's just numerical problem. I guess I can't. Oh. Okay, if I. This feels cursed, man. Ugh. Did I just ruined the... I literally just ruined the... Oh. Never mind, it just said no. To be honest, if somebody had made that shape in Blender, I would also say no. That is actually quite true. if I, what is it? Control F. Ooh, patch. Shift F just finds all of this. Thick hollow. Hollow. Shift. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Shift F. Hollow. There we go. Oh, no. Local. Is it loading or fixed? Okay, it might be too... Okay. I instinctively want to click tab. Control B. Let's hide that. And then 5. Delete this. Then let's... Whoa. No, that's not... Can I not snap to you? Okay, that's extrude. Oh, I have to... Oh yeah, it does work. Okay. Inset. Also, I don't... Yeah. Inset. Is it loft? No. Ooh, I see. Okay. Local. No. Okay. And then if I... No. Yeah, wait. How do I undo? Okay, it's control. So if I... Okay. Nice. Then... Ooh, okay. That's interesting. Oh, and then I need to right-click. If I do this, maybe I can... Yeah, I can add a chamfer. And then I need to right-click. I'm gonna be... Okay, how do I... No, I wanna click on you and then you. No, that's not what I wanna do. I wanna... Okay, so I can... What tool do I have? Okay, I have fillet. Who up filleting? I am. And then right click. Damn, that's gonna... Hopefully it's not gonna ruin my intuition for the Blender stuff. Because in Blender, it's the opposite way. It's, yeah, right click. No, left click to do the thing. To confirm. Wait, if I... do this, then I can add an equal chamfer. And then if I... Ooh, that's interesting. I can do it like that. Okay, can I make you cylindrical? Wait. Is that like the center of the selection or something? No, I wanna... race degree. What have I done? Ooh, okay, that's pretty cool. Oh no, have I split this now? How do I recombine you? Join. What if I do that? Join. Join. I don't... Join. What happens if I cut? Oh, what? Oh, it's the cut that has been made. Oh wow. Yeah, doing that with Blender would probably suck. Why do you do that? Boolean rectangular array, radial array. Hoi. Ooh, yeah. Whoa. Like spokes on a... Okay, I'm guessing you don't... No, okay. You don't copy over. Wait, no, if I do this, maybe I can extrude them. Not you. That's not... Individual. Yeah. Keep tools? No, I don't know what that means. Okay. If I do that, then what can I do with these? Nope. Okay. Can I hollow? Oh, hollowing. Ah, I see. Hollowing does that. Now, how can I do a plane so I can see through? Radial array. Make instance. Make instances. rectangular array. Oh wow. Radial array. Make instances. Oh, that's the... Nope. You, and then all of you gone. Okay. Now if I change you... Yeah, it's applied to all of them. Nice. Control to undo, or to not select them. Why does it usually... Oh, there it is. Modify there. Why does it not go smooth? Oh, it goes one way, it is sharp. Another way, it's round. Ah, that's how. That's why it works, or how it works. I see. Okay. How do I... Oh! There we go. Draft face. Okay. Pipe. Okay. Now, how can I show overlays? Okay. Boolean. Complete edge. Okay. If I remove those, and then I remove that, if I now add in can I do a diff... Oh, there we go. Let's do... Ooh. Square. It goes in the square hole. Okay, and then we can extrude then we can delete. Okay, if we now... Oh yeah, right click. No. If I... What does resolve do? Spin would produce a self-intersecting surface. Okay, if I go to thicken, then we can have another one of those. Okay, and then since I know that I can do a sharp and I can do not sharp. Oh, I need to right click. That's oh, it makes a separate mesh. Okay. Now if I... What if I want to have... a circle, and then I extrude that down. Then I enter that, and then I how do I fill? Is that loft? No. Patch? Yeah. Okay, it's patch. Oh, I need to patch, right click. Oh, yeah, I need to right click, wait, hold on. Why are you a separate thing? If I delete you and then I Shift J, right, and then right click to confirm. Right click to confirm. You can change the thickness. Then I can put you in there. I kind of want to... No, scale? Can I scale? No. Scale. Push face. Why did it push face? Select target or shell. Okay. Okay, can I... Scale? No. Okay, if I do radial, no, in the center, and then make instances, and then ooh, yo, then I can make them closer together. I can make the numbers, the degree 360. Spacing. Total number. $16 as a multi. No! No! Shift Alt said. Ah, I did something else. Oh well. Can I? No, loft surf. That's not what I wanted to do. Are you now two things? G. No. U, Q. No. U. There we go. Okay. So now we have a hole. Oh, and then we can chamfer that hole. Can we move that hole now? Ooh, I can move the hole. Can I delete? Okay, can I patch you up? Resolve. Cut? No. Sweep. What does sweep do? Rebuild. Oh wow. Shrink? What does that mean? Oh yeah, because ooh, double pressing G. Oh, yeah, wait. Oh, I keep forgetting that right click is not the go back button. Are you gonna be a problem if I do this? No. Oh. Then we could round them. Yo! Okay, can I... Ooh. Whoa. Now let's see if we can... Can I draw a line on you? Yeah, okay, you're not connected. Spiral. Then can I pipe? I can! Yo! Okay. Then let me guess. something red. Can I... Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's the thickness. Oh, some car outside. I thought it was my PC. Okay. Well, I need to be in object select. Okay. Okay. If I... What can I do with you? I don't know. Edges is only possible when adjacent faces are plain. Okay. Wait. Active, media, and B-box. Bounding box. World orientation. Normal. Ooh! Yo! Okay. Now that's pretty cool. And then, can I... Ooh, okay. Now let me guess, I can make a new one. A new little circle. And then I can... No. G. I want to move you, bro. Why can't I? Oh, because I... Oh yeah, I didn't... Okay, well... X... How do I snap? Ooh, advanced. Okay, wait, no. Rotate about 45 degrees and then rotate about 45 degrees. Then I will scale you. Okay. Now we have a little thingy. If I now circular, no, if I select you and then do circular, and then oh, they're inside. If I do 4, then I can get that. Yeah, make instances. Hello? No. Okay, there you go. And then no. Did I not make them instances? No. The fuck? Make instances? Never mind. Radial. Oh. Because I did have them. Oh no. And then I need oh. Okay, so now you guys are yeah. And then if I ooh, push face. Oh wow. What if I do that with all of these? Okay, and then what happens? Oi! Didn't do anything. Oh wait, maybe. Oh, because you are whack. Right. No, that's there. Ooh, that's what it is. That's pretty cool. Okay, they're intersecting. Okay. And then if I no. I need to piss. Oh my ass. Oh. Okay. I had a bit of a brain thingy. I don't know, my brain just went like, I'm gonna hurt now. And then I had some food. And then I went outside because my lips were just blue. And oh, I was gonna get a game on Steam. Oh my god, it's so... What is... Okay. Chance of Centaur. Oh, yeah, no, my body does not. Ugh. Oh. Yeah, I'm... brain. Am I logged in? No, I'm not. Steam. I'm just gonna turn off just in case. Just gonna go to Facecam. And then I'm gonna go and download that game. Wow, Sons of the Forest is on sale. I don't think I will play that, so I won't get it. Armory Forger? What? Whoa. Arma 3 just new? What? Ooh, Roguelands. I remember playing that. Risk of... Oh! Ooh. My body does not like... Suddenly... I die. I'm not even looking at the game. I'm just looking through Steam. My body is aching. I think I'm gonna die. Okay, if I... Yeah, wait. Oh, okay, wait, no. Frick everything. Chants of Senar. Ah, that was loud. Oh, I need security code. We're soon gonna go back to the making stuff. I'm just gonna, cause my roommate. Wait, what? Wait. Whoa. Install content. Install. Accept. Add to favorites. Whoa. Now it's ready to be played. Oh, my bowels are not happy. I am suffering for some reason. I think because I ate 2 spoons of what's it called? 2 spoons of olive oil. Because I was like, ooh yeah, olive oil. Today I'm gonna eat 2 spoons of olive oil. And yeah, that's what I did. And now my bowels are on fire. feel like I might need to go and take a huge poopy. Cause goddamn. Gadim. Oh, yeah, I gotta go back to gaming. There we go. Oh yeah, I also have coffee. Okay, how do I make... Wait, if I remove that, okay. Blender. Live link. File name untitled. Let me just first file. This is the first file, and then if I refresh, there we go. Whoa. Oh, yikes. I don't... Wait. No. No. Wait. Oh, yeah. F4P add-ons. Nice. Auto wrinkle map. I don't need you. Gesture helper. Garment. What is this? Randomize bones. Randomize bone poses. Define cut. B Lomo. B Lomo. B there. B Lomo. Wait, enabled only. Okay. Easy weight. Dynamic sky. Dynamic sky. Misc. Garment. Snapping. Blender kit. Edit. Okay. Camera. Wait. Okay. Render actions. Grease pencil. Can I? Okay, wait. I wanna change accept gyration plasticity from right click to left click. Are strictly managed by the Kim configuration because relies on the right click button. You will need to map the accept command to the left mouse button manually. Okay. If I orbit what? Open the file in any text. Okay, like notepad. Under the global. Why is it only that small? Wanted the right button orbit and middle mouse button to pan without modifiers. I did some research and was able to edit JSON file to get it to work the way I wanted. My question is, for the other buttons on my mouse, what other commands are mappable? Where would I find a list? And why can't we just customize it in the program? Could you elaborate where you found JSON file and what you have modified? For me, it sucks balls that I can't use right mouse to orbit and middle to pan. Mouse one or okay, sorry. Wait. Plasticity operations and editing techniques. Okay. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's not possible, or maybe it is possible, but I don't know how. Okay. Oh, my bowels. No, I don't. Trim. What does trim do? Oh, maybe. Okay. Ooh. Let's at least try to. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay. And then. Wait, I have. Yeah, I have this open on my. On my thing. Hide. Ooh, they can be made into a group. Into group. Square thing. Group. And then this thing. Sure. And then sheet. Is this. Hello? What does hollow do in this case? No, it doesn't have any. Doesn't have any thickness. What is? Okay. Thicken. I can already tell what that does because I've seen that before. There. Okay, if I now make... Oh, that's it. Oh, it's local. Construction plane. Patch. Shift J. Then Boolean. No. Union. In. No. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, Control B doesn't bevel. Okay. And then let's just get rid of you. Can I now do Okay. Can I... How do I make a panel? Hmm. Oj då. If I center circle, what does you do? Okay, wait. If I there we go. Okay. Confirm. No, Shift J, right click. Yep. Okay, if I do that, and then oh, keep tools. Oh, keep tools. Yeah. And then don't keep tools. Okay. Control, no, Shift J, and then Shift J. Oh, jeez. There. And then okay, if I get you like that. And then I yep, and then keep tools. And then I hide you. Nice. And then okay. Yeah, I like that. So if I now mirror, no, if I mirror, and then I, no, mirror again, and then I mirror again. Oh, yeah, no, I, yeah. Ooh, interesting. And then we could add a little latch of some sorts, maybe. No, that's not what I want. What does draft face do? If I... Ooh. Ah. Filet. Filet. B. Oh yeah. Okay, I can. Um... Shift J. Shift J. And then... If I... Hmm. What? Ooh. True that. I can... Okay. Alt X. Up and down. And then Alt X. Back and forth. And then I can... Yeah, I guess I won't get the instant when I Alt X. Ooh, yeah. Nice. Okay. And then I no. Then I Alt X. Make instances. Ooh, white lines, I'm guessing, is an instance? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Oh, no. Okay. Control Shift B. Ooh, is that ambient occlusion? Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna make a little cylinder. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a center circle, I guess. Like there. Then extrude you. And then maybe there, and then I will Shift J, and then Shift J. If I make you bigger. No, wait. Instead of that, I'm gonna make a cube. Or do I do it with a cylinder? No, I want to do it with a cube. Do it with a cube. There, and then this, that, and this will be chamfered. And then mirrored across there with instances. And then down, make instance, and then no. Make instances. And then this is the one that is the real. just gonna test this out for a second, just to see if this is what I wanted. Now I want it deeper in. Okay, and then can do that. How about we do this, and then we also make, wait, hold on. I want to have a screw. Okay. Um, what? Patch. Oh wait, how do I isolate? Um. Shift J. Now it's a solid. Yeah. If I Q U no. If I Alt X. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, if I Alt X down, Alt X there. If I now try and oh wait, I'm rendering. Ooh, I can do all of them at once. Oh. Why not? Hmm. Okay. Oh, it's almost the end of stream. Can I make a screw? Fillet. Okay. Oh wait. Wait. Before I do that. Well, I guess I can... No. Wait, how do I... Inset. Imprint. In setting in Plasticity. You create insets by offsetting the loops of regions of a face to create a new boundary for modeling. You can push-pull this inset geometry or use Boolean tools to carve panel lines, recess details or decorative features into your solid models. Oh, offset. Ooh, yes! That's exactly what I wanted. Yes! Oh. No. Why can't I... Okay. And then, no, not Boolean. Alt X. No. Alt X. And then make instance. Alt X. Can I not do both? Wait, no. Alt X. Make instance. Yeah, if I grab you at there, then maybe I can push you into here and then have a nice and then no there. Hell yeah. And then we do it on the bottom. Is there a shortcut? Ooh, oh. No custom available. Preferences. General. Oh yeah, there's. There we go. I do think that maybe in a union that will give it a nice, yeah. Okay, so that's how I do that. That would be nice. Okay. If I Alt X, and then union, then wait, maybe yeah, I don't know if I clicked that. Union. And then, yeah. Interesting. Oh yeah, we can look in here. What? Oh my god. Jesus. Wait. Am I deleting them in here if I delete them? Wait. Is that literally several different? Oh my god. Wait, okay. Why? What did I do with that? Jesus, there is so many. Oh. Oh yeah, wait a minute. I should probably add a chamfer on this, on these edges. Okay, if I now it's so fascinating. Oh my jeez. Oh, it's just open. Oh, it is just open. Oh. I see. That... Wait, what happens if I merge by distance? And what happens in here if I do that? No clue. How do I... Whoa, this looks sick. It's solid there, and then... How long left? 10 minutes. I can do a little render in 10 minutes. I don't need all of those. I can go with the mirror. There we go. Much more easily in Blender. Ugh! I see. Well, it's gonna be a nightmare to do any form of post work on my models if I do this. Wait. Ugh. Yerp. Now that sucks. But I guess what I need is essentially just this. Just gonna make it smaller. Make an empty. And then hide the other empties. Oh yeah. Middle. Actually, you can be a box. Cube. And then item. And how big is Dennis compared? I mean, I don't really know what this is supposed to be, but oh well. Okay. Save this as Plasticity. So 001. There we go. Oh, it's 7 now. Okay. Okay. Time for me to go and make food. And I really have to piss. Let me guess. No viewers. So there are 2 viewers. Okay, that's me and my roommate probably. Let me guess. No viewers. So I really gotta piss so bad. Yes, I'm gonna end stream. Goodbye, guys.